Big ambition, no action. Attention! For this video, I want you 100% focus, so that you will get the most out of this video. Do not distract yourself while watching it. Thank you for subscribing, liking and commenting. Welcome to Mind Mentor. Today we will talk about big ambitions but not taking any actions. This one is pretty interesting because every man or young boy that started with self-improvement experienced it at the beginning of their life. The self-improvement rut. The so hard beginning we all wanted to improve, and we even knew what we had to do and what we should do. But days, weeks, months, maybe even years went by without us taking any considerable action. And it feels so frustrating because we know that life could be so good and much better up there. But we were in the rut, stuck, trying to get out with not much chances to get out of it. And I'm sure everybody who is on self-improvement or wants to go on it will experience it. This is one of the most frustrating feelings you can have. Knowing how life could be, but you are still stuck in the rut. Knowing what you have to do, but you just don't take any actions and still keep doing the instant gratification habits instead of the delayed gratification habits. I myself experienced it, just like you, for about half a year heavily. So in the beginning of my self-improvement journey, I knew what was the right thing to do, but I could not do it like I was supposed to. I knew for my body and health I should not eat any of this junk food, and that I will become stronger and better at martial arts and the gym if I would eat healthy. But I just couldn't resist it. I ate junk food day for day. Sometimes I managed to not eat it for a day and I was happy. But then the next day I would completely overindulge in it. It felt awful, and I know how it was. And I think also you know how it was or how it currently is. But at one point you will get out of there. And I have 2 tricks you can use to start getting out of this rut. That helped me personally. The first one is to find the right environment. Because maybe some of you already live with some roommates or flatmates, and thus they are a bad environment for you, which will make you do more bad habits, because they probably too are indulging in bad habits. And when you are in a bad environment, you probably get influenced by it heavily without you even noticing. I myself was too in a bad environment. I had friends that partied a lot, and I was part of it, even if I hated it, and still to this day I never liked it to drink beer. But back then everybody drank beer, and I was part of them, so I too drank much beer. Thanks to God, I was really drunk only about 2 times in my life, and I was in that party scene for about 3 years. But there were weeks where I would party once or twice every week, so I would drink many liters of beer. Almost never, as I said, I was getting drunk, but it still was bad for my body and mind. At some point I distanced myself from it, and with that many bad habits were gone, even things like eating fast food. Because with friends you often go out eating, and sometimes it's okay. But I also had times where we would go out and eat almost every day in a different restaurant, or even the same. So for you, it would probably be the best to leave some friends behind that are putting you into the toxic environment of bad habits. Or, even easier is to go back to your parents and live with them. Because they will not influence you as bad as your friends would. Even though, here you have to consider that some people may have a toxic parent house, because the parents are fighting every day thus making your mental health worse. So you should just change the roommates and the environment you live in. Or get yourself a little apartment just for yourself. The second trick is to have designated parts of your room for only one habit. This seems weird, but let me explain. You probably have a desk in your room. And on that desk, I bet you watch YouTube videos, do homework, eat, work for your business, maybe even meditate. And this makes your brain never relax, because your room is once your working space and your relaxing space. And most people can't simply switch off like that. They need different rooms for different activities. That is why you struggle to meditate on the chair you also eat on, watch YouTube videos, maybe even fab. You are mixing bad habits and good habits with relaxing and working all in one place, and this is simply too much. And there are 3 solutions to this problem. The first one is to completely set apart every habit on a different spot. So, when you do homework or work for your business, it will be the best to go into the office room of your dad if you have one. And you will eat only in the kitchen. On your own desk, you do only homework. In your bed, you only sleep. These are all examples I implemented that worked for me perfectly. I think many know how it is when you used to or are working out at home. I did it too myself in the past. And I found it really hard to work out in my room because my mind doesn't see my room as a gym, which is right. It is my room to relax or do work on the desk, but not for working out on the floor. So I switched working out at home to a martial art gym and a normal gym. And I never had again problems with working out or not finding the motivation to work out. You could even rent an office space with somebody and go there to work on your business. This will cost money, but it is well spent money and it will help you to get out of the rut. There's a free option like going into a coffee shop with Wi-Fi, but there you could get more easily distracted by sounds or the environment. But for that it is completely free. Go and see what is the best thing for you. And try first with giving every place in your room only one thing you do there. So, one thing, one task. Or the desk, only homework or business. The bed, only sleeping. The chair, only meditating. So instead of eating, sleeping and meditating on your bed, you only sleep on your bed. So your mind knows, okay, if I'm here, I only do this one thing. And you will get out of the rut more easily and faster. So, to conclude everything, all of us experienced the self-improvement rut in the beginning of their self-improvement journey, where you have big ambitions but take no action. And it feels so frustrating to know how good life could be, but you are still stuck doing bad habits instead of the good ones. There are 2 tricks to start taking the action. The first is to change your environment. So you maybe have friends or roommates that are doing bad habits, and so you are more likely to do those bad habits too. The best would be then to cut them off and go back living with your parents or rent an apartment on your own. The second trick is to not do many habits in one single place. So you have to stop eating, sleeping and meditating on your bed, but to only do one thing designated to that place. So on the bed you sleep. On your desk you do work. At the kitchen table you eat. You can even go this far to go to a coffee shop to do work there on your laptop. Or even better, but this costs money, to rent an office room with other people to do work there in the best environment you probably could find for doing work. Thank you for subscribing, liking and commenting. And next week you will get the next step. I am Mind Mentor and I'm content to bring and help you through this journey. I will upload 1 video a week on Saturday, so you have enough time to get used to every step you will take. Until then, make your family, God, or yourself proud.